have to live in this toxic haze and this toxic air. And one caller wanted to know particularly to what extent do air purifiers really help as we end the show today. Dr. Sanghvi.
Not really. As you rightly said, air purifiers are of minuscule value even in the home. Outside, or forget it. So the amount of pollution which is there, and at all levels, different gases, these air purifiers cannot really work. So it's more for namesake that you have something called an air purifier at home, but these things do not really.
These things do not really help. Sir, if somebody has an old parent at home struggling with diabetes, hypertension or a heart condition, other than leaving Delhi, is there anything that they can do?
It's a very difficult question. I don't think anything else can be done because these months are the worst, as I said, because of the increased pollutants in the air and particulate matters. It's not only the gases, it is even particulate matter which is extremely on the rise, and that's the biggest cause of lung problems.
Here's hoping, Mr. Rajiv Babbar and Siddharth Sharma ji, that you are the political parties in power. You do something in the long run. And for doing politics, there are various issues, but not a health emergency that the entire north of the country faces. But I thank Mr. Rajiv Babbar, Vimalendhu Jha, Dr. Parthiv Sanghvi and Mr. Siddharth Sharma for joining us on the broadcast. Well, till we have a solution, we'll continue breathing this toxic haze. With that, it's a wrap. Shivani joins you on the other side.
Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. Conman Sukesh Chandrashekhar, who's lodged in Tihar jail, has written an explosive letter to Delhi LG. In this, Sukesh claims he has known Aam Aadmi Party's now jailed minister Satyendar Jain since 2015. The minister even met him inside Tihar in 2017. And that he has given crores to the minister since being arrested as, quote, protection money. The conman claims he's being harassed and threatened now inside jail. The BJP is up in arms, dubbing the Aam Aadmi Party government as a Mahathug party. On the other hand, Kejriwal has defended his minister, calling the allegations a bid by the BJP to divert attention from the Morbi accident. Politics aside, there is indeed a letter by the conman to the Delhi LG, and it is likely to be probed. Can the accusations be ignored, especially because they're serious in nature, against a minister who continues to be in the Aam Aadmi Party government cabinet? And a complaint of Sukesh's does indeed lie with the Delhi High Court related to this entire matter. Is it not at least a moral responsibility of the Aam Aadmi Party Delhi government to sack Satyendar Jain as minister now, pending inquiries against him? We will take those questions to our guests in just a bit. But first up, a breakdown of what conman Sukesh Chandrashekhar has claimed in his explosive letter. He has put the Kejriwal government, the party also possibly, in embarrassment. Now, here are the 5 big allegations that he has made. Charge number 1, that Sukesh claims that he has paid 50 crore rupees to the Aam Aadmi Party since 2015 as he was promised an important party position in South Zone. Charge number 2, Sukesh has claims he was visited multiple times by Satyendar Jain in Tihar jail. That in itself is a question mark against the then minister. Sukesh says that Jain's secretary since then has asked him to pay 2 crore rupees every month. And charge number 4 is connected to that. Sukesh then claims that he has indeed paid about 10 crore rupees in the last 2-3 months as, quote, protection money to get basic facilities inside jail to the minister. Lastly, Sukesh Chandrashekhar has also accused Jain of threatening him to withdraw the case against Delhi DG prisons. Now, this entire complaint that has been filed by Sukesh Chandrashekhar in the Delhi High Court refers to the extortion that he has been, put through, the fact that he's paid 10 crores to Satyendar Jain and even more money to DG prisons while he's been arrested in jail. Despite serious cases and charges against him, despite the fact that he's been in jail himself for months, Arvind Kejriwal-led Delhi government has refused to sack Jain as a minister. Remember, Jain was arrested by the ED on May 30 in the PMLA case that he's facing. Now, he's accused of hawala dealings, laundering money via shell companies in that case. He's also accused, interestingly, of buying 200 bighas of Delhi village land. Why is that interesting? Because the Aam Aadmi Party government regularized the colonies in the vicinities of these land parcels and their prices naturally shot up. Now, the minister also stands accused of extortion by conman Sukesh Chandrashekhar. Now, one can argue that this is a con man himself making allegations, but can they be ignored just because of that? That's the big debate coming up. Was the Aam Aadmi Party minister guilty of her hafta vasuli from the con man, and what should be naturally the response of the government in the national capital?
सुकेश चंद्रशेखर और सत्येंद्र जैन दोनों बड़े अच्छे मित्र हैं। सुकेश चंद्रशेखर कहते हैं कि मैं 2015 से आम आदमी पार्टी से टच में हूं और तब से सत्येंद्र जैन मेरे घनिष्ठ मित्र हैं।
सारे टीवी चैनल्स मोरबी का मुद्दा उठाते हैं और आज अचानक टीवी चैनल से मोरबी गायब हो गया और सुकेश चंद्रशेखर के आरोप जो हैं वो आ जाते हैं, तो लगता नहीं कि मोरबी से ध्यान भटकाने के लिए ये एक कंप्लीटली फिक्टिशियस, कंप्लीटली फर्जी स्टोरी एक प्लांट की गई है।
Shazia Elmi of the BJP is joining us, national spokesperson from the Aam Aadmi Party. We have Akshay Marathe joining us. Tushar Gupta is senior editor Swarajya magazine, and Ved Bhushan is former ACP of Delhi Police, all joining us on the show, and I thank you for your time. Akshay, I'm coming to you first up. We've played out that soundbite from Arvind Kejriwal that he gave earlier today. Now, your accusation is that because the Morbi tragedy has happened, it has embarrassed the BJP in Gujarat, which is poll-bound. Suddenly, this news has been given into the public domain. Now, even if I take that, the letter that we're talking about that contains these allegations actually predates the Morbi tragedy. So, how can you say that all of the allegations itself are fictitious? They have nothing to do with the Morbi tragedy.
First of all, Shivani, I want to ask you and CNS 18 also, what is the background of Sukesh Chandrashekhar? What is his credibility that we are supposed to believe every word that comes out of his mouth? He is this person who has duped 5 different individuals of hundreds of crores of rupees, claiming to be close to the Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah. In the Fortis case, he said he's close to Amit Shah, he duped the Fortis group of 200 crore rupees. Today, just because he's leveling these allegations against the Aam Aadmi Party, we are supposed to just sit tight, helplessly watch and believe.
No, I didn't say that. I did mention that he's a con man himself. I'll come to that question in just a bit. His antecedents and whether he's a believable character. But Akshay, answer my question. You have linked this letter.
1 second.
You have linked this letter and this report to the Morbi tragedy. But the reality is that the allegations that Sukesh Chandrashekhar has made were predating the Morbi tragedy.
Who did the press conference today on this letter? BJP. Who did the press conference today? Sambit Patra, national spokesman of the BJP. Why is it that the letter, if it was predating the Morbi tragedy, today the BJP has woken up to this and is doing a conference on this? That
Fair
is
enough.
allegation.
Can I answer
That
all
the
these
BJP
questions?
was caught dipping at the wheel and they have
No,
the
that's
blood.
not fair enough at
That
all.
doesn't
because-
answer my
because
question.
The letter
It
was
doesn't
written
make
to
the
LG.
charges fictitious.
Yeah,
but
I-
Shazia wants to respond to that. Yes, please go ahead.
Let me finish my point.
Yeah,
Shivani.
I heard again
You
a lot
were
of.
saying
I
that
heard.
we are-
No,
we are
no, no, no.
linking this
I want to come in.
fairly
You
to
can
the
make more
Morbi
points later.
I
Let
want
me
to-
start debunking.
Shazia,
Let me
you
start
have your
debunking.
opportunity.
Let me start debunking.
Shazia,
No, no,
finish my
I'm
point.
dying to debunk. Actually, you spoke so much rubbish
You will
and
debunk
you
yourself
implicated
also.
yourself even
I'm
more
very
than
proud
ever
of your
before.
ability to
Let me.
debunk
No, no, I'm
everything, but let
answering.
me
I'll
finish
tell you
my
how.
point.
So let me say.
Let me
No,
my point,
let me,
Shazia.
you can make more points later.
You
but
are
tell me
very,
one thing.
You are very
tell
good
me,
at this.
tell me
You are
something.
very good at
If the
trying to
BJP
concede against the Aam
spokesperson.
Aadmi Party. I don't doubt
Okay, you
your
want to speak
credentials.
first?
You are
Okay.
good. But let
Okay.
me finish my point.
No, I know all about you. I know
Before
what
the
crooks
Punjab
you all
Assembly
are.
election,
I know what crooks
similarly,
you all are, right?
the BJP,
I know the first hand.
Similarly,
So I
the
will-
BJP used Kumar Vishwas to level random nonsensical allegations against Arvind Kejriwal. What has happened to those
That is not
allegations?
connected with
Against
this. No.
before any election, the BJP
Okay,
comes
you can
with
go all
some
over the
random
countryside.
third party and say they are making allegations against Aam Aadmi Party. But what happens to those allegations? What happened, Mr. Kumar Vishwas?
Okay, let's not go into what happened to those allegations because that has nothing to do with this. These are very serious allegations. And you are right that the BJP... One second. Akshay, you are right that the BJP is raising this, but it's natural that the BJP will raise it. It's the opposition in the national capital. right? These are allegations being made against a sitting minister who doesn't have portfolios anymore, but did hold portfolios, very crucial ones, including home. So let's focus on this case. My standard question that persists is, you've called these charges fictitious.
Answer why 140 people died. The BJP
of course, the BJP will have to answer for that. But please don't derail this debate. You've come for this debate.
Debating this conman's letter at a time when the national tragedy has occurred.
This so-called conman has also filed a writ petition in the Delhi High Court making these allegations. So leave that aside. You are not going to be able to sit on judgment on whether these allegations are right and wrong. Your responsibility is to respond to the allegations.
I want to answer that.
Yeah, Shazia Ilmi now. Shazia Ilmi.
I want to answer only if you be quiet. Only if you stop screaming and hyperventilating.
The people of India watching and to divert attention from a
but only if you stop hyperventilating. You know, you can go round and round. It just shows just how guilty you are.
Don't laugh at the death of people.
Your guilt is exposed.
140 people have died on your watch.
And your corruption and your guilt is exposed by
what action are you going to take about it?
And again,
you tell us today. What action will you take against Gujarat government officials?
Okay, I have to intervene. 1 second. I have to intervene.
I don't have to listen to this.
No, 1 second. I have to intervene here. Shazia, just 1 second. Let me just set the base. We have discussed the Morbi accident and incident. We have asked questions of accountability, but I'm not going to allow that incident to hijack this debate.
Shivani, you don't have to be so guilty.
No, I'm just saying that this is not the occasion to bring in that. And Akshay, you'll get your opportunity to talk about it
also. Be a part of this.
But let's go one by one. Let Shazia respond to the question I am asking, which is, what does this letter or allegation have to do with the Morbi tragedy? It predates that tragedy. But today it has come out. The BJP has gone gung-ho over it. I don't see any, surprises in that. Of course it will do so. AAP does it when something comes out against the BJP also. Yes, Shazia.
So, Shivani, I don't think you have to feel too apologetic because the coverage on your channel is pretty much there. Yeah, and I think the second debate after this is on Morbi. So I think that is rested and you don't have to really explain. Now,
answer the question.
There's something called Chori or Sina Zori. I want to answer all the questions.
Yeah.
Now, when a letter is written by a conman, and why is a conman in jail in the BJP government? Because of obviously he's a conman, which is why he's been in the jail for a long time. Now, he writes a letter and the letter gets posted. And the LG then raises an inquiry on the issue. There has to be inquiry as to how this man is operating from within the Tihar jail and how is able to pay this kind of money. So this is being done by the LG of Delhi, who of course Akshay Marathe and his bosses have a big problem with, because he exposed the liquor mafia and the fact that Delhi government is working only for the liquor mafia and barons of this country. Now, the very fact that he's a conman is the reason why he's in the jail. So, nobody has to dispute that. It's not that he's getting out of the jail because of this letter is written. Now, if the letter is written and the LG has asked for an inquiry and is out in the public domain, why shouldn't BJP do a press conference and talk about it and illustrate
because you are the government, Shazia. You are the government. Jain. You have to answer questions about Morbi.
Yeah, that's why we also the opposition in Delhi.
Questions about Morbi.
No. I'm sorry.
Answering questions about Morbi. Are you not
because
the national
all of you will be going to jail.
The Prime Minister, the Chief Minister,
it's
the
not about
municipality,
Morbi.
Everything is under the BJP.
It is not about Morbi, my dear friend. You're hallucinating. You're hallucinating. This is not about Morbi. This is about Satyendar Jain.
The families of 140 people
who was indulging in corruption. This is about the scams of Kejriwal. This is about scams of Kejriwal.
What kind of people have elected?
Corruption of Kejriwal. This is about that, my dear friend. It's not about Morbi.
What kind of people have you elected to power that they have no interest
in discussing that? Why is the anchor getting browbeaten? The anchor of this channel is getting browbeaten and being thrashed by Aam Aadmi Party, and she can't do a thing about it.
140 people who died on your watch are getting thrashed. Their families are getting thrashed by your incompetence.
Why are you dragging me into this? I've given you the opportunity. I'm just choosing not to react to something beyond a certain point.
No. Will you allow him to? Will he allow you to be thrashed and me to be thrashed?
But I'm not being thrashed.
And you not have a say in the matter?
But I've made my point.
Morbi is a national disaster. I'm not bringing it in. You have brought it to this country.
Will you allow him to hijack it and change the
I've
topic.
made my
brought
point.
this
You make
havoc
your
upon the
point.
To be
country.
blamed because she's allowed Akshay Marathe. I want everybody to know that Akshay has allowed the anchor to hijack the issue and make it about Morbi because he doesn't want to answer. And the anchor
But I have
is so
already
scared
said that this is not going to
put
be
down
allowed
his-
to be
put down-
hijacked.
But you're not letting me.
No, but you are
allowing me,
speaking.
but you're not letting
Speak.
me answer. You're not letting me answer. You're not letting me because he's screaming over me. And you can't put this thing down. And you're not coming in the debate and saying that the debate is about Satyendar Jain and the corruption.
I've already said
You're
that.
not able to stop him. He is screaming. No, you didn't. You didn't. You should have put his fader down so I can answer the questions.
Yes, so
That
answer
is
no,
the normal
Shazia.
way
You
the
have the
discussion has to be done.
opportunity, the floor
How can
right
you allow?
now.
How
Answer
can you
the
allow?
question.
But if I'm doing it, but he's speaking. I'm answering it, but he's letting him come in the debate and talk about Morbi.
Arey, but he
I
will
was
say
quiet
what he
when he
wants
was
to
talking.
say. It is my
Will
job
you
to give
show
you the
that?
opportunity. You're getting that
No,
opportunity.
Okay, do you want it to be a tutu meme?
No, but you were speaking over him as well.
So I will do the same. So
Okay, I want to move on. I have a
did not
question
speak
for
when you were
Akshay
speaking.
Marathe. Akshay Marathe, I'll come
I
back
did
to the
not
question
speak.
that I'm asking you. Shazia,
No,
just one second.
you have to
Take a
answer.
moment.
I will not be part of this if you do this.
No, but take a
I will
moment.
not
I'm
do
going to
this
come back to
because I
you.
will
I have
speak
certain
constantly.
questions for
Will
both
you allow
Akshay
me to
Marathe
speak
and for
constantly
you.
when he
You can
speaks?
respond to him
Or
when he
can I
speaks one
speak
more time.
quietly without him interfering? This
I
is
think
not
we got
fair.
your point. You were saying
have
that
let
this has
him
nothing
thrash
to do
you.
with the Morbi
I
tragedy.
will not be thrashed.
No, nobody's trashing you, Shazia.
Yes,
Calm
but
down.
let me answer. Let me answer.
Please take 30
I have not
seconds and
finished.
finish.
I have not finished. No, I have not finished. He was speaking. When if he speaks,
Please take
it's not
30
me
seconds
talking.
and
I want
finish
to
your
tell
point.
everybody about the scam. Okay, let me say it. So let me tell everybody, Satyendar Jain sitting in the jail and even before that when he's in charge of the jail was not just extorting money and giving jail privileges to this person who was a con man but making money also while he went in the jail. Such is the wretchedness of this party and Satyendar Jain and his favorite person Arvind Kejriwal that they have been scamming people not just through 2,500 crore loss that has happened to the Delhi people through the exchequer, but also through this massive unearthing of a scam that has been going on while Satyendar Jain is in the jail.
Okay,
I mean,
I'll
look
come back
at
to
the
you now.
shamelessness.
The question that I
think
have
there
for the
should
Aam
be-
Aadmi Party is one more time. One, that the allegations are so serious, you could question the antecedents of Sukesh Chandrashekhar. Yes, he's in, of course, dock himself, and he is a con man, and nobody is denying that. But he also has a complaint with the Delhi High Court. He is, of course, putting his neck on the line to say that not just the minister, he's paid money allegedly to the DG prisons as well. Now you leave that aside. This fundamental question is that can you continue to say that none of the allegations against your sitting minister matter because we have decided that he's clean? Shouldn't the responsibility of the Delhi government be that yes, we stand by our leader and our minister, but till pending inquiry, you need to show some demonstrable action. It is not just the PMLA case now, it's also his role as the Home Minister when he was.
I want all your viewers should understand this. Here, let's assume that I write a letter saying Shazia Ilmi paid me 50 crore rupees for a Rajya Sabha ticket. Will you do a 30-minute debate about my letter?
I don't think that's the same situation, Akshay. This is a person who is claiming that before he was in jail, he knew the Aam Aadmi Party and he's paid 50 crores to the Aam Aadmi Party over the years.
A random con man who you're taking at face value
it's
and
not
assuming
random per se. I'll tell you what, Akshay. I'll tell you what, Akshay. It's not random per se. This man is in Delhi jail. Satyendar Jain was in charge of prisons. This is not, Sukesh Chandrashekhar claiming some random leader of the Aam Aadmi Party, right? This minister was in charge of prisons.
I'm saying the random person is claiming, not the random leader. Who is Sukesh Chandrashekhar? Why are we debating some random conman? Tomorrow, any random conman from any jail in the country writes, Pradhan Mantri ji ko maine 50 crore rupees diya, and you'll do a debate on that. What are we talking about?
So,
are
the
we supposed to
PMLA
be
case
fools
is
and
also
believe any
random.
nonsense that the
Sukesh
BJP tells us?
Chandrashekar's allegations are also random. Nothing against Satyendar Jain is going to be accepted.
They are fictitious. They are fictitious. They are false.
So these allegations
but the
are
real
fictitious.
truth is that 140
but what
people
about
died
the PMLA
because
case?
of the corruption
of
of
the
Gujarat government.
responsibility of the Aam Aadmi Party government to say, okay, let him come out clean and we'll reinstate him?
I am saying these are false and fictitious allegations to divert attention from the corruption in Gujarat that led to the loss of 140 people's lives.
I'm asking you about the PMLA
When will the Gujarat
case?
government resign?
Jain is
We
not
are demanding that the
only
Gujarat
for Sukesh
CM resign.
Chandrashekar's allegations. Satyendar Jain is himself in jail for months. in the PMLA case. Are you to tell me we're not supposed to talk even about
simply
that?
saying- You can talk about it, but what about the letter? Why is this letter important today? Anybody
Why
can
is it
write
not
a letter
important?
tomorrow that
It's against the
Pradhan
sitting
Mantri gave me
minister
50 crore
who
rupees.
was in charge of
What is that?
prisons.
But I'm saying tomorrow anybody will get up and write
So
a
we'll
letter and
discuss
say, I
tomorrow,
gave 50
na?
crore rupees
You
to
can't
somebody,
say that
and
tomorrow
we'll do a
somebody
debate on
writes.
that.
So
What is this?
you
What have
made
we reduced
allegations.
ourselves to?
One second, Akshay. You made
What
allegations.
have we reduced
One
ourselves
second,
to?
Akshay. You made allegations that you have proof the BJP is buying your MLAs. We've not seen that proof since, but I did debate that. We've not seen any proof
That
of
the
it.
BJP did
You've not even gone to the
Gujarat,
Delhi
led
High
to
Court with it.
140 people dying. What about that? Why won't the BJP answer those questions?
No, that is
What
not
is this
related to this
diversionary
discussion.
tactic?
I'm sorry.
Are the people of India
You cannot say that
supposed to
because
watch
something else is
helplessly?
happening somewhere in the else in the
Are the
country, you will
people
not
of
discuss
India-
what is happening in the national capital.
Yes, I'm saying that. I'm saying that the bigger
So
tragedy
you
and the
are not
national
responsible
tragedy
for
is
your
that 140
government.
people
Everybody
died on
else is
BJP's watch.
responsible. You're not responsible for anything.
Are you hearing? Are we hearing ourselves today?
Yeah, I'm
People
asking
have
you. You're the
died.
Delhi government,
Women
right?
and children have died. And we are
So
talking
we've
about a
discussed that.
random conman's letter. What are we talking about?
No, I'm sorry.
Why
This
won't
is
we
as
ask
legitimate
questions
as
of the
anything
BJP?
else, particularly because it is Satyendar Jain involved.
Are you comparing the massive
You are
corruption in
comparing.
Gujarat
I'm
that
not
led to
comparing.
140 people dying?
You are comparing.
Are you
I'm
really
not
saying?
comparing. Answer the straight
What
question
should
on
our
this.
national focus
You've come
be on,
knowing
and
fully well
why
you're
is BJP
debating
being
this.
allowed to divert?
Why are you again
Why
and
is
again diverting?
BJP is diverting from a national
Okay, I take
tragedy
your
and saying
statement.
Aam
No,
Aadmi Party
that's
pe
fine. But
dal dete
answer the
kuch
question I'm
allegations,
asking
and
you.
let's
You
talk
cannot
about
just
the
say
Aam
that
Aadmi
because
Party.
something else has
They are
happened,
obsessed.
I'm not going to be responsible for the questions that I face. Let me bring in our other two
Absolutely
guests.
not. Absolutely
Tushar
not. I'm
Gupta,
saying
senior
investigate the
editor,
hell out
Swaraj
of us.
Magazine is also joining us. You've heard from both parties, Tushar. I'm being told that the Aam Aadmi Party believes that this is irrelevant. This shouldn't be discussed because this is a con man who is involved here. And I'll get Shazia to respond to that also. Tushar.
Good evening, Shivani. Look, the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson spoke about the credibility of Sukesh Chandrashekhar. Of course, the man has no credibility. But then what credibility does Satyendar Jain have, whose bail has been denied by the courts for months now? What credibility does the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi have, who were very quick to withdraw their excise policy on liquor when an investigation was ordered? So if we go down that rabbit hole, a lot of people will be exposed. So let's keep the credibility question aside. Number two, the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson says here that this is an attempt to divert attention from Gujarat. I'm sure, Shivani, irrespective of whatever is going on in the country, and this is not about Sukesh or Satyendra Jain, no one can forget what's happening in Gujarat, but important questions need to be asked nevertheless. He says that a random person will write a letter to the LG claiming this amount was paid to this person. It's not a random person, first of all, and it's not a random person to who the amount was paid. The person who's in question, to whom the amount was paid, has been denied bail on allegations of corruption. The same person Kejriwal was backing with full authority. Number three, it's a very simple answer, Shivani. To all the questions you put forward to the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, there was one simple answer he could have come up with, and that is what I believe. Sukesh Chandrashekhar is making claims about paying X amount, 50 crore at one point, protection money, Rajya Sabha ticket, whatever he says. Let the money trail be established by the investigating authorities. That's simple. Sukesh Chandrashekhar is promising his cooperation to all the relevant authorities. Let the money trail be established, and pending investigation, we can probably suspend Satyendar Jain from the party. That's the
No,
simple
even
answer.
if the Aam
We don't
Aadmi
have to
believes
beat
that
around
these are
the bush.
fictitious allegations, that is a response
No.
on the
Shivani,
story. But the response
no.
cannot be, we are not going to discuss this, even though we've come to
Shivani,
discuss
one
this
thing,
because something
one
else
thing,
has happened.
Shivani, one thing. We have been debating for over a year now. No party in this country gets to decide what's important for the media and what's not. This is one stance I really disagree with.
Yeah,
I'm not
absolutely.
saying that the
Anyways, let's
Gujarat
not
story
dwell
is
more
not
on that.
important.
Shazia, fundamentally...
Can I respond? Can I
No,
respond?
one second, Akshay.
Can I
Akshay,
respond
you've got
quickly?
time. One second, one of my guests has not spoken. Shazia, fundamentally, the Aam Aadmi Party is saying that this is a con man. How can we trust the word of a con man? There could be any amount of pressures on him to do what he's doing or to say what he's saying.
Of course. Agreed. Agreed, fair enough. Well, but I can also say that Satyendar Jain is the biggest con man, right? Because he was a minister and he played with public money, and that's why he's in the jail. But even if you keep that argument aside, let's look at the second point. Now, if he's a con man and he's writing and he has evidence which he's furbishing, whereby you can establish that money has indeed been diverted and sent from various accounts to that of DG Prisons and through Satyendar Jain's team and Aam Aadmi Party officials and ministers. And if that evidence is there and is found to be correct, what is the harm in what is the harm in there being an inquiry? Also, it goes on to say some very serious things also about the prison conditions, that this is allowed to happen. Let me tell you, there is a big story today which you are not mentioning, that ED, Enforcement Directorate, has actually furbished information and CCTV footage that Satyendar Jain has been meeting witnesses. And this is very, very serious. A few days ago. And there is actual CCTV footage that has been presented to the courts. So something is going on that we should look at.
Absolutely, which is why I said that this is not an irrelevant story. This is not an irrelevant person making accusations against an irrelevant person. This is very fundamentally a very important accusation, even if it's an accusation at this stage. 1 second, Akshay. Ved Bhushan, you're from the police formally. I just want to understand from you, the big bone of contention here is that this is a con man himself. He's facing serious charges himself. What is the value or the weightage to his allegations? Now, Sukesh Chandrashekhar has made this complaint to the LG. Before that, he's also filed a petition in the Delhi High Court. How much weight do you think should be given to what Sukesh Chandrashekhar is saying?
शिवानी, कहते हैं ना, सैया भय कोतवाल तो डर क्या। जेल मंत्री हैं, सरकार के प्रभावशाली मंत्री हैं। ये 82 जेल ऑफिशियल्स हैं, जिनमें सुपरिंटेंडेंट है। मैं आपको लिस्ट भेज दूंगा, पीडीएफ भेज दूंगा इनकी, जिनके खिलाफ इकोनॉमिक ऑफेंसेस विंग जांच कर रही है। इस चीज की जांच कर रही है कि सुकेश चंद्र ने तमाम जेल को, तिहाड़ जेल को डेंस ऑफ करप्शन बना दिया है। 82% जो जेल ऑफिशियल्स हैं, उनके खिलाफ एक इंक्वायरी चल रही है, जिनके ऊपर अरेस्ट की तलवार लटकी हुई है। अभी जो कंप्लेंट हुई है, जो आप टेलीविजन पर दिखा रहे हैं, तमाम सोशल मीडिया पर है, ये प्रिवेंशन ऑफ करप्शन एक्ट है। इसमें सेक्शन 7 में डिमांड है, सेक्शन 8 में एक्सेप्टेंस है और सेक्शन 13 के अंदर रिकवरी है। प्राइमे फेसाई इट्स एन ऑफेंस इज मेड आउट। अब जहां तक कॉन्वेन का सवाल है, यू फॉरगेट जैकलिन फर्नांडिस, यू फॉर अदर एलिगेशंस। जो इंक्वायरी है उसमें 7 वीक्स का टाइम इस देश का कानून पुलिस को देता है कि विद इन 7 वीक्स पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेट कर सकती है वेदर द एलिगेशंस आर करेक्ट और इनकरेक्ट। अभी इन्वेस्टिगेशन शुरू होनी है और मोर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग कि इसकी जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, नॉट बिलो द रैंक ऑफ एसीपी, उससे नीचे रैंक का अधिकारी इस केस की इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं कर सकता, क्योंकि एक्ट के अंदर प्रोविजन है। ये मैं नहीं बोल रहा, एक्ट बोलता है, क्योंकि एलिगेशंस आर वेरी सीरियस इन नेचर। करप्शन के एलिगेशंस हैं। ऑलरेडी 82% इसी कॉनमैन की वजह से, जिनके ऊपर तलवार लटकी हुई है अरेस्ट की, दिल्ली पुलिस का इकोनॉमिक ऑफेंसिव विंग बहुत आगे इस केस पर जा चुका है उनकी इन्वेस्टिगेशन करते हुए।
कि सिर्फ मिनिस्टर की बात नहीं है, सुकेश चंद्रशेखर की कंप्लेंट पे और उसके प्रिजन टाइम के ऊपर मल्टीपल पुलिस ऑफिसर्स भी इंक्वायरी फेस कर रहे हैं। तो कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है अगर मिनिस्टर भी फेस करे, क्योंकि प्रिजन उनके अंडर आता था। So Akshay Marathi, I'll give you the final 30 seconds. I'm running out of time. Ultimately, it's about your responsibility. You're in power. You cannot shirk it. And this was a sitting minister of yours. He continues to be a portfolio-less minister in your government. How long is that going to continue?
Shivani, from the inception of the Aam Aadmi Party in 2012, 180 cases have been filed against Aam Aadmi Party. This is not the first one. This is 181. So we are used to these false cases being filed against us. We always come out clean. This time also we'll come out clean. The question is, the timing of this whole incident is to divert attention from Morbi. And before the Gujarat election, they want to demean the Aam Aadmi Party and mudsling against the Aam Aadmi Party, similar to what they did in Punjab when they fired over the shoulder of Kumar Vishwas. Everybody has conveniently forgotten about Kumar Vishwas's allegation because AAP has won in Punjab. Similarly, BJP will lose in Gujarat, and the people of Gujarat will show the BJP that this arrogance that they are showing today, that Morbi ki baat nahi karenge, Aam Aadmi Party pe allegations
Morbi ki baat bhi sab kar rahe hain. Akshay Marathi, let's not get lost in hyperbole. Nobody is sidestepping the issue of Morbi, but that can also not be used to sidestep what has happened in the national capital. I thank all of our guests for joining us. I thank all of our guests for joining us. I'm shifting to the second debate, which is also connected to the national capital and life in the national capital, which has become hazardous again as winter pollution hangs in the air thanks to unabated stubble burning in neighbouring state of Punjab. Even as we all know why this happens, and now there is the same party in power in Delhi and Punjab, politics continues with little to no action on ground. Over the last 10 days, air pollution levels in the capital have only become worse, despite the fact that Diwali has come and gone. We all know by now that it is mostly seasonal stubble burning that turns the capital into a gas chamber every time this year. What is shocking though, that despite all promises, the new Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab has failed miserably to control these farm fires. Remember, till before coming to power, the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi used to blame farm fires in Punjab for Delhi pollution. Now they've gone silent. But their agricultural minister in Punjab has come out completely rubbishing the fact that Punjab has any role to play in Delhi's air. If you look at the numbers, it is clear that farm fires are the biggest from Punjab. Almost 80% of all stubble burning, which was reported till October 30, was coming from stubble burning incidents reported from one state alone. That's the state of Punjab. And even within the state of Punjab, most farm fires take place in 7 districts. Yet the government is unable to act on it. But that's not all. Worse is that the help sent from centre to stop stubble burning is wasted, even as citizens suffer hazardous air pollution levels. Punjab got 47% of all funding from centre to manage crop residue. That is, a total of 1,147 crore rupees were given to Punjab alone from 2018-19 to 2021-22. Stubble burning, though, has increased in Punjab this year versus last year, if you compare the same months and the same days. Environment Ministry has said that 1.2 lakh machines, most of them to deal with crop residue, remain idle in Punjab. In its note, it has said utilization of available machinery is very poor in Punjab. It has also gone on to say that biodecomposer application has not been facilitated in Punjab. It was much touted by the government, especially in the national capital. So the big question we ask now is, even as pollution is peaking yet another year, why is Punjab unable to stop stubble burning? And this question also arises is because there is now a comparison being dropped from between Punjab and Haryana, where in Haryana, if you compare the data from last year to this year till now, the farm fires are coming down. In Punjab, they are rising.
पैडी को आग लगती है पानीपत में, रोहतक में। आप मेरे को ये बताओ, उसका धुआं पहले दिल्ली पहुंचता है कि जो डेरा बाबा नानक गुरदासपुर अमृतसर को लगती है उसका पहुंचता है?
अभी कह रहे पंजाब की पराली का प्रदूषण दिल्ली नहीं पहुंचता।
नहीं पहुंचता। आप जाके दिखाओ मेरे को। यार जिनका पहुंचता है, जो दिल्ली के साथ है, दिल्ली के नेड़े, आप उनकी बात नहीं कर रहे।
Delhi has been made a gas chamber by part-time CM Arvind Kejriwal because of his complete failure in ensuring that the causes of pollution are tackled. In Punjab, there is continuous burning of parali. 13,000 plus incidents have taken place.
Shazia Elmi of the BJP continues with us. Abhinandita Mathur of the Aam Aadmi Party is now joining us. I'm joined by Aman Sharma, Senior Editor, CNN News 18 and Bureau Chief of News18.com. He's done stories on the parali situation in Punjab. Ashish Jain is founder, Indian Pollution Control Association. Dr. Puneet Khanna, consultant and HOD of Respiratory Medicine, HCMCT Manipal Hospital, Dwarka, all joining us, and I thank you for your time. I go across to the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson first up. News report after news report, Abhinandita is indicating that there is a lot of funding that has gone on to the Punjab government over the last few years, more than any other state, possibly double more than any other state has received. And yet farm fires are increasing in Punjab day on day, week on week, till we can compare the data till now. Why is the Punjab government failing so miserably?
Thanks. Good evening. First of all, I'd like to assure your viewers that the Aam Aadmi Party is committed to, one, acknowledging the problem and finding a solution to it. So there is no passing the buck here. We aim to actually take full responsibility and do something about pollution along with all other stakeholders. There is no shying away from this. I would like to assure you this right at the beginning. As far as Punjab is concerned and stubble burning is concerned, there are measures that we are putting in place that may require some more time and that, the hotline service has been set up. There are different other measures. The biggest plant has been set up and so on. And we're hoping that things will improve. However, we must also at the same time, in the same breath, acknowledge the fact that this is a national crisis. This is not only pertinent to Delhi or Punjab or Haryana, but there is also UP and many other Indian states that
Their
are in a
contribution
serious,
to
serious
the
crisis.
stubble
It
burning
is a national
is fun.
emergency.
Their
and we
contribution,
must
I
acknowledge
understand that
that.
it's a situation that prevails in many states, and we've talked about that. But I'm talking about Punjab because one, the Aam Aadmi Party was very vociferous in claiming that they will be able to solve this situation when they come to power. You've had time. You know that this happens every October, November. So can you give me details of what you've done, including the money that you've spent and where all? Secondly, let's not compare this to all other states because it's not comparable. The situation of stubble burning is far worse in Punjab than in any other state right now.
There are, as far as the steps that we have taken, I will come to that and I can list out the steps that we have. They're also available in the media and on our websites, and I will throw more light on that. But having said that, I must point out that we are also a new government, and you're right that there is no getting away from the responsibility. However, we would need some more time. I think that the public also understand it. These solutions need some long-term, these problems need some long-term and genuine solutions. This is not something that can, just be, said in the air, and we are very committed to it. I think that one thing that you cannot take away from us is that we are not in denial of the problem, and we are sincerely
Since
going
you
to
say
do
that,
and work.
Abhinandita, I played out the bite of your agricultural minister in Punjab as the prelude to this debate. Do you know what he said to CNN News 18 today? You talk about denial. He said the situation from Punjab cannot choke Delhi. They have nothing to do with the situation in Delhi. You're telling me about denial?
Well, what he means, and what I mean by not denying, is that we are here and addressing the problem, and he's not saying
he's denying the problem.
Yeah. Now the problem is that what he implies is that this is not the only contributing factor. He is trying to collaborate with the farmers there, and basically
no, ma'am, Abhinandita, I'm sorry to say, but your agriculture minister in Punjab has not said that this is not the only contributing factor. He's gone on to say things like, and I'm running his statements to CNN News 18 on our screen, that farm fires from Punjab are not the reason that Delhi is choking. Smoke from Amritsar cannot even reach Delhi. This is what he's saying. This is utter denial of the situation. Let Shazia Ilmi come in. The question the Aam Aadmi Party faces today is because when they weren't in power in Punjab, they made tall claims that they can solve this situation. They didn't say, yes, this is a national issue. They didn't say, no, this situation will take 5 years to solve. They said, we'll come into power and solve this situation.
Sure, and this was one of the big promises even for the Delhi government, which by any measure is not a new government at all. It has been in power for 8 years, and we know the track record of what they've done in Delhi vis-a-vis environment and pollution. And I can give you so many figures, and I can also quote not just the hearings that have taken place in the Delhi High Court, but also the many times that Arvind Kejriwal's government has been rapped on its knuckles by the National Green Tribunal. Now, I think the standard excuse for them has become obfuscation and lying. But there has to be accountability, when it comes to 1,300 crores of rupees, which has been the allocated amount by the centre to Punjab state, followed with it is 693 crores, which has been given to Haryana. Now, let's look at all the incidents of stubble burning. So, and I think we need to tell the Agriculture Minister of Punjab and also Bhagwant Mann that, they must take a break from that शराब माफिया एंड बड़े दिनों के बाद मिली ये दारू और जहां 4 यार मिल जाए वही रातों गुलजार and actually look at it very seriously that 13,873 stubble burning incidents have taken place in Punjab, which is actually almost a 34% increase in stubble burning this year alone. And that impacts Delhi and all of us. And Delhi also has an Aam Aadmi Party government, which has been rapped on its knuckles, and I told you various times, and I can give you a list of those. But look at the answer. There is just complete shamelessness, brazenness, and denial and obfuscation.
Okay.
Let's talk about UP, let's talk about Haryana, let's talk about Karnataka. Why not Punjab, where the stubble burning is happening? which is sitting on so much money. What has happened to the money that has been
Yeah,
given
so I
for
was
this
going to take
purpose?
that question to
What
my
is
colleague
happening
Aman. To the 1200 crore rupees that have been given, in fact, most of the machines lie idle, and I don't think Punjab government has denied that. They've accepted that, you know, these machines haven't been distributed properly. But before that, can I just go to Abhinandita one more time? You said that there is public information of the money we've spent and the steps we've taken. Could you take 30 seconds, Ms. Mathur, and just elaborate these steps that you've taken, the money that you've allocated particularly to this problem? What steps have you taken? What results have these yielded? Abhinandita, that was for you. Okay, let me try one more time. Abhinandita, if you can hear me, you said there are multiple steps the Punjab government has taken as far as solving this situation is concerned. Could you enlist them for me? Not sure if she can hear me or not, but Aman, let me come to you. There are reports after reports that in Haryana, farm fires are going down. In Punjab, they are going up year on year to the data that we can compare for these months. And then the 1200 crore rupees were given just to Punjab, nearly 50% of all of the center's grants to various states. And most of the machines that were procured or sent to Punjab to deal with crop residue, they're all lying idle.
See, Shivani, I call it a vicious cycle of pollution in Delhi. What happens is that when, as you correctly say, when the Aap government was there in Delhi and when there was a Congress government in Punjab, Mr. Kejriwal was blaming Punjab for these stubble fires and the smoke coming to Delhi. If you look at the manifesto of the Aap government, when it contested the Punjab election, there was a line that Punjab will give incentives to farmers who do not burn stubble. So the formula of Aap government in Punjab was to give financial incentives to farmers. There was a grant of rupees 2500 which was announced that 1500 rupees will be given by the centre, 1000 rupees, 500 rupees each by Delhi and Punjab government. That never took off because the centre is of the view that we have given, as you correctly say, 1.2 lakh machines to Punjab government to treat the paddy stubble in the fields and it's not burnt. Now the problem is when the financial incentive centre said no because there's no way to monitor that financial incentive, Punjab and Delhi also did not give that incentive. So in a way, no money has been given to the farmer. All the hope was on the machines. What the problem with the machines is that the deployment of the machines has to be done by the Punjab government. There's a very small window between harvest and the sowing of the next crop. The machines need to reach the field in time. The complaint of the farmers, our team has travelled to Punjab, and the perennial complaint of the farmers is that the machine does not reach them on time. If it reaches the village, it is not enough to cater to all farmers, and by the time the machine reaches them, the window is gone and they have to harvest.
The Punjab Agricultural Minister also in his interview said we've got no help from the centre.
No, that is not true. I think the machines have gone, but it is not happened. See, Punjab this year, Shivani, also went a lot of focus, Mr. Bhagwant Mann gave on the awareness model. That we'll go and educate the farmers that please don't burn stubble. But as you see, the figures don't show that. In fact, the Sangrur district, the home constituency of CM Bhagwant Mann, is reporting the highest number of farm fires. So the CM has not been able to convince his own constituents to not burn paddy stubble. In a way, that has flopped, and the figures, I think the rise in 35% rise in farm fires show that Punjab government has a lot to answer in this particular episode.
Absolutely. Especially now that you have the same government in Delhi and Punjab, which you touted as some sort of a solution to this problem, because you claimed that there is bickering happening between various parties and their governments. That's why this doesn't get solved. In any case, I want to bring in Ashish Jain. My question to the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson stands. But Ashish Jain, there is indeed a problem emerging where, we are being unable to get those solutions to the farmers or convince them to use those solutions. How do you think we bridge that gap?
Yeah. So there is a gap, creating awareness, educating the farmers. The time has gone. Now the time has come when we need action on the ground. So as my colleague Aman said, the machine was procured, but it was not distributed on time. So this distribution of machine and the training on the machine need to be happened 2 months back. We were very well aware that October will come, wind speed will slow down, and temperature will slow down, and it will create a favorable condition for the pollutant to get stuck in Delhi climate. So we need to prepare ourselves 2 months before. This is not the right time to distribute machine. When there is a very less time with the farmers, they need to sow the next crop, and so creating awareness is not enough. We need a much needed action on the ground, and provided machine, provided infrastructure, facilitate farmers to and connect them with the industry so that we can reduce the crop burning or farm burning.
Yeah.
Although it's at only 21% contribution to Delhi air pollution, so we can't just blame the farm burning for the severe condition of air quality in Delhi. We also need to look after the traffic congestion in Delhi.
Yeah,
because,
all of those
around
questions
41
still
to
persist.
50.
All of the questions we've been asking ourselves of the Delhi government and the Punjab government, neighbouring states governments, they all persist. What has been done on the pollution front? And I will take that to our Aam Aadmi Party representative again, because in Delhi too, there is a perennial pollution problem. So it's not as if that this is just about these months. But can I just say that because we did blame, there was a section that did blame Diwali for this pollution, that section needs to also own up that it isn't happening because of Diwali and firecracker burning. But I'll leave that to another day. Aman, the issue that I'm also sensing is that there is also a reluctance on the part of the farmers. And the question is now beginning to be asked is that is it fair of the farm class, especially the rich farm class in Punjab, to completely pull their hands up, not work with the governments, not work with the system, with the local authorities to solve a solution? Because most farmers that are here just say, we don't have any option.
See, exactly. When awareness does not work, then penal action has to come into the play. You know, you can't be a spectator to farms with the paddy field being set on fire. The government has to act. There are provisions for the government to act. But can Punjab furnish how many farmers they have acted against for burning the stubble? There are 14,000 fires now. How much percentage of farmers? You know, it's not that nobody knows which field is burning. We can see it from a distance. I'm sure the local officials know. But see, the farmers also know this, Shivani, that there will be no action against them. Even if they burn the stubble, that feeling is there in the farmer that no government will act against them. In fact, farmers have sat on a dharna outside the house of Bhagwant Mann in Sangrur saying that past cases should be taken back. In a way, so, farmers know it won't, no government is going to go after them. So, it's, as I said, it's a vicious cycle. Farmers say that, we can't do help anything till the machine comes to us. And our government thinks that the only solution is giving cash in the hand of the farmers to treat the stubble on his own. That is not going to happen.
Okay, can I bring in Abhinandita back before I go across to the doctor on our panel too? Abhinandita, I ask you one more time, what is the step that the government has taken in Punjab on your own? Can you enlist them for me? What is the action and the money allocated for it?
Do you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
There are actually a couple of things that have emerged in this conversation. One part is that what are the contributing factors in Delhi? And it is beyond Parali as well, but we can come to that later. I'll answer your question. There are a number of measures. The first thing that we are trying to do, and you have to remember that the farmers of this country have been going through a real crisis in the last couple of years, so to take everybody along, plus the, unscheduled rains that happened and so on, there is a challenge. We are not denying that there is a challenge. And one of the biggest thing I think that the Aam Aadmi Party government has been able to do in Punjab is to win back the trust of the farmers.
Abhinandita, you're not answering my very direct question. What is the step you've taken? What is the measure? What is the money allocated? Just answer my simple question.
2,500 rupees, just a little sum for compensation because it is a national crisis, but the center wouldn't do it. Regardless, it is our responsibility. We have got a huge mandate in Punjab, and now that we have won the trust of, I think that this has to be a holistic solution. On the other hand, we have tried to run some awareness campaigns, which is taking time. The machines that, somebody in the panel was saying were actually reached us pretty late, and it is taking time to, distribute them. There is no doubt that it is our responsibility. I'm repeatedly saying that the Aam Aadmi Party, both in Delhi and Punjab, are committed to finding a solution. We do need a bit more time, and we will walk the talk, and we will prove that we are going to find a solution in, collaboration with all the stakeholders, including the farmers. Now, what are the other contributing factors in Delhi?
No, one second. I want to go across to Dr. Puneet Khanna, who's a respiratory expert. We all know this problem Delhi has been facing over the last 7-8 years. Every time at the onset of winter, we've all, of course, educated ourselves of the danger of what is happening in the national capital air. Can you, still describe to us the dangers to every Delhiite and even around in the NCR region because of the air we are breathing? I mean, this is turning out, yes, this is a national crisis. Yes, everybody needs to come together, but we see more political blame game and a lethargy of the system than actually acting on it.
Yeah, I completely agree. See, the thing is, the cutting across party lines, I don't think the administrators or the stakeholders are giving this major problem, a due importance. We have seen a huge surge in patients of asthma, patients of lung diseases coming back to us in the OPD because of this tremendous increase in worsening of the air quality in last few days. And I feel that it's not just, the fire burning itself. It's the combination of all the factors. The temperature has gone down, the vehicular pollution is there, but in addition to this, addition of this parali and the problem due to this farm fire is adding to the catastrophe, and we are forced to live in this gas chamber for so many years. People do not understand that now there's an additional burden of a huge number of people who have suffered from COVID related ailments of the lung, and now they are coming back with the consequences of that pneumonia that they had during the COVID wave, and they are suffering because of this. I think everybody should need to put their acts together and solve this as soon as possible. That's all I can say.
That seems to be harder done than said. Shazia, I'll give you a final 30 seconds. You've heard what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying. They need more time. They also need a concerted effort. This is not something they can do alone. Can you respond to that?
Well, of course, and nobody wants them to do anything alone. But the fact of the matter is, when there has been an allocation of funds and machinery for exactly this purpose, and not from just this year, since they came to power, but also, and there has been a collection of pollution cess, which is actually a huge amount, and also because of the fact, and also the fact of the matter is that every year there have been committees and monitoring committees and National Green Tribunal asking for accountability, but nothing has happened so far. So it isn't about just Bhagwan Man government not being able to deliver, but an overall apathy of this party and the proclivity to lie and deflect instead of addressing any real problem. Okay. Everything becomes a political murky game. But the fact of the matter is, something's got to give. You have to start somewhere, show some work, implement and execute schemes instead of just crying wolf and making it about dirty politics.
Well, one thing is clear for any political party, if you make tall claims and if you, make accusations on other party governments that they are failing and not delivering, then the responsibility when you come to power will also be as great. And then you cannot say, oh, it takes time, because you didn't give time to other governments. Every year there was a barrage of accusations on Punjab governments. And now after having time to prepare for this season, what excuses can the government give? But I have to leave it at that. This is something, of course, that will dominate headlines over the next few days. I do thank all of our guests for joining us. Time for a very short break. On the other side, the day's biggest stories.
तीसरा मनसुख भाई वालजी भाई टोपिया, एज 59, ये टिकट क्लर्क का काम करते हैं। चौथा मदर भाई लाखा भाई सोलंकी, ये भी वहाँ टिकट क्लर्क का काम करते हैं। इसके साथ साथ जो इस पूरी जो रिपेयरिंग की काम हुई उसमें जो कॉन्ट्रैक्टर का काम करते थे, उसमें से 2 लोग धांगध्रा के हैं, जिनका नाम है प्रकाश भाई लालजी भाई परमार, ये ब्रिज रिपेयरिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्टर है। दूसरा देवांग भाई प्रकाश भाई परमार, एज 31, ये दोनों ब्रिज के कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के रिपेयर करने काम करते हैं। साथ साथ इस आखिर टीम के अलावा 3 ऐसे लोग भी हैं जो पूरी नेग्लिजेंट एक्ट, जिसमें लोगों को रेगुलेट करना होता है, ज़्यादा लोगों को निकालने का काम होता है, ज़्यादा लोग वहाँ की ट्रेन से बाहर नहीं निकले, तो इस तरह की जो सिक्योरिटी गार्ड थे, ये 3 लोगों को उसमें अरेस्ट किया गया है।
मोरबी में आ भयंकर पीड़ादायक मन बहुत व्यथित look at this cable, fully corroded. So this quality cable was used at the time of renovation of bridge.
In a very tragic incident that sent shockwaves across the nation, over 134 people have lost their lives in Gujarat's Morbi bridge collapse tragedy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be visiting Morbi today. PM even chaired a high-level meeting in Gandhinagar last night to review the situation on ground. Meanwhile, a plea has been filed in the Supreme Court seeking court-monitored probe in the incident. An FIR has also been registered and 9 people have been arrested so far.
मैं एकता नगर में हूं, पर मेरा मन मोरबी के पीड़ितों से जुड़ा हुआ है, लेकिन करुणा से भरा मन उन पीड़ित परिवारों के बीच में है। हादसे में जिन लोगों को अपना जीवन गंवाना पड़ा है, मैं उनके परिवारों के प्रति अपनी संवेदना व्यक्त करता हूं। काले मोरबी में आ भयंकर पीड़ादायक मन बहुत व्यथित।
गुजरात में एक नितांत करुण घटना घटित हुई है। एक ही दुर्घटना में कई लोगों ने अपनी जान गंवाई है, कई बच्चों ने भी अपनी जान गंवाई है। दुर्घटनाओं पर किसी का बस नहीं होता है, परंतु पूरे देश की संवेदनाओं को झंझोड़ने वाली ये दुर्घटना ने न केवल गुजरात, पूरे देश के लोगों के मन को दुखी और आहत किया है। मैं जिन्होंने अपनी जान गंवाई है वो सभी मृतक व्यक्तियों के, बच्चों के, परिवारजनों के प्रति गहरी संवेदना प्रकट करता हूं, दुख भी व्यक्त करता हूं और ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करता हूं कि उनकी आत्मा को चिर शांति मिले।
Neither I'm an architect nor a civil engineer, but any layman will also understand the importance of strength of cable in hanging bridge. Now behind me is this hanging bridge. A portion of the bridge is still remaining. The other part got collapsed yesterday, and you can see this entire bridge is has been beholden, or for that matter, the strength of this entire bridge is the cables, and it is completely relying on the cables. And you can also see the SIT teams visiting the bridge right now.
Welcome back. A quick check of the day's biggest stories. 2 days after the bridge collapse killed at least 135 people in Gujarat's Morbi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited the site of the tragedy and met the injured admitted at the Morbi Civil Hospital along with the Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel today. A massive fire broke out at a restaurant in Pune's Lal Nagar area. The top floor of the Marvel building was in fumes as 5 fire brigades tried to extinguish the fire. No casualties have been reported so far. A security guard of a petrol pump in Amritsar's Malyan shot a miscreant to death while resisting a robbery. The CCTV footage has gone viral on social media. Further investigation is underway. Oil marketing companies have decided to cut petrol and diesel prices by 40 paisa from today. Constant reduction of 40 paisa is likely to continue over the next 5 days as well. total reduction of prices in installments has been decided to be 2 rupees per litre of petrol and diesel. A guard was brutally beaten up with a stick in Gurugram by a dog owner. The guard had initially stopped the dog owner, after which he retaliated by cornering him and attacking him. Ruling DMK government in Tamil Nadu has announced to launch MBBS textbooks in Tamil soon. Remember, this move comes just weeks after Home Minister Amit Shah launched MBBS course in Hindi. Karnataka Congress unit has registered a complaint against BJP leader Ramesh Jarkioli, accusing him of not providing complete information related to his wealth in the affidavit during the 2019 by-polls. Congress has demanded a probe and strict action. TRS and BJP workers clashed with each other during BJP MLA Etela Rajender by-election in Telangana's Nalgonda district. TRS party workers threw stones while BJP used sticks against the others. Workers of the two sides were left injured. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is on a 2-day visit to China beginning today. This is Sharif's maiden visit to China since assuming office earlier this year in April. The high-level Pak delegation will also include Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, amongst others. Israel is holding its 5th national election today since 2019, hoping to break the political deadlock that has paralyzed the country for the past 3.5 years. Former Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is pushing for a comeback this year. And finally, as I say goodbye, we leave you with this adorable video of a giant elephant trying possibly to peek into his mahout's phone that has gone viral on the internet. Thanks a lot for watching.
Namaste and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Anand Narasimhan, and at the outset, once again, thank you for your patronage, thank you for your viewership, thank you for your support, and thank you for keeping us #1 as a news channel nationally among the English channels for the last 27 weeks. Thank you very much. Now, there is an interesting concept in that part of India where I reside, and that is this region, that is Delhi and the NCR. And many of our viewers who have lived in this region or are familiar will try and understand what I'm trying to say. There is, across the country, we have summer vacation, we have winter vacation, there is a Dasera Deepavali break. But in this region, we also have another break that is called the Parali vacation. And this Parali vacation has become a phenomenon over the last 8 to 10 years. The same very 8 to 10 years when a fledgling political outfit came up and raised this entire issue and championed it along with those who claim the right to breathe. And they turned around and said, the right to breathe, first thing we should do is ban crackers during Diwali. The right to breathe, first thing we should do is ban construction. The right to breathe, first thing we should do is ban this, stop that. But the one part, one aspect, which is the biggest contributor to this entire region getting choked for nearly 8 to 10 days, with AQI hovering between 500 and 900 on varying days in varying parts of this Delhi NCR, that is stubble burning or parali, is yet to be addressed. When this question was asked, they said, oh, it's not our government here, it's not our government there, it is another political party here, it's another political party there. All of us have lungs, ladies and gentlemen. It's their lungs too, their loved ones' lungs too. But still the politics raged. Now, this fledgling party has become the only party perhaps to launch a success story where within a decade of their existence, they have now come to power in 2 states, Delhi and in Punjab. Then you have a party which is the largest perhaps in the world, that is the BJP. And then you have a party which is still perhaps was the oldest party in our country, now perhaps struggling to exist or find its feet. So these entities are here along with so many other people, plus these Kisan. The Kisan who turn around and say, give us bijli free, give us pani free, give us everything free, give us money to buy seeds, give us loan to do this, plus now you give us 2,500 rupees if you don't want us to light a match in our fields. So this is a problem. And they say till the time you find a solution to this, we'll continue to burn. And till the time they continue to burn, millions will choke. Surprisingly, this time around, the surround sound is not there. Those who would come around and say, what are you doing about stubble burning? What are you doing about stubble burning? Are not making so much of a noise. Some would say, because the political disposition is convenient, inconvenient. Others would say, chilla chilla ka gala phat gaya, ab kya fayda? It's just, you just got to live with it. After some time, you just stop complaining, you accept it and you live with it. However it is, this is not a good problem to have, ladies and gentlemen. For anybody, we cannot afford a Parali vacation. Now the incidents in the state of Punjab, as we speak, as on date today, 80% of the Parali which is being burnt or stubble which is being burnt in this entire region, states of Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Rajasthan, Haryana, 80% of it is coming from one state, that is the state of Punjab. 30th October 2022, 10,214 instances of Parali burning or stubble burning. Cases between September 15th to October 28th, 70%. 70% farm fires coming from one state, that is the state of Punjab. This is the satellite mapping. There will be arguments made of acreage, how many